Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Troy with DDM's Realm, and I've got another video here for you. I'm going to tackle one of my pet peeves that keeps on cropping up. But before we get there, if you haven't already, please subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you want to be a superhero, then become a patron. If you want to give me all the support you can, become a patron. I really appreciate that. What I'm going to talk about today is demon hunting, the do's and don'ts of demon hunting. So these demon rifts pop open now in a bunch of different zones, and people are running their alts through them, they're fighting them. They don't have a lot of loot really that you want, but you can go through the campaign by doing these encounters. And also you can get bonus campaign materials from these if you do the demon hunting quests kind of in each of like the Dread Ring and Icewind Dale and stuff like that. So you can kind of double up on the time or the amount of campaign ingredients that you get, so you can actually get through campaigns in roughly 15 days instead of trying to do 30 days by just doing those quests. So these pop up all the time, people are doing them all the time, and they're really easy to power through, but it seems like a bunch of players don't quite get how they work, or maybe they're not really seeing how these are set up, and end up dragging these things out and making them take a lot longer than they should. So this particular one, I'm in my guild to just kind of show you how these mechanics work without being interrupted and that kind of stuff. These encounters work by having each set automatically scales by every three players that are in there. You will get bad rewards if 1 or 2 people are in there, and then the rewards keep going up the more people that you get. Once you get 9 or more, you can actually flag a bonus like boss encounter. So once you finish the encounter itself, a secondary one will pop up and get that boss to spawn. Those bosses are super easy. Not much tricks to them other than just beating them down. But doing these encounters, there is a little bit of a trick to it, where if you want to get through it kind of easy like this slaughter one, you can keep 1 or 2 people in here. However, they're easily manipulatable too. So if you've got a bunch of guildies that need the Underdark stuff, you can actually come in here to your guild house and have 2 groups to get the bosses in here and get the rings, get all the ingredients, get the extra boxes of Ichor, and really power through these. So the first one we're going to talk about here is the slaughter, which I'm working on right now. You can see that waves come through. I'm at 62%, just killed that wave. And really quick and easy to kill this one just as fast as you possibly can to kill the slaughter encounter. So this one's the easiest by far. The biggest trick to this one is actually in public zones to go slow, call out to the zone, shout outs, and give people a chance to get here before you finish it. I know a lot of characters are super tough, they totally trash these mobs, but if you kill it too fast, you're not going to get the gold rewards and you're not going to get the bonus encounter that spawns up. So you've got 6 minutes, I think, once it's engaged to kill it, which is more than enough time. So in a public zone, I'll say SL is up on this zone number. That means the slaughter's up at this zone numbers. People can come over. If you're really trying to get that, invite people into a group, make your group, so you can get that bonus encounter to spawn, get those bonus rewards, and also those bonus encounters will count towards your daily limit for your demon hunting for the different campaign things. So it makes it go really quick and easy to get those people in there. Just make sure you don't kill this stuff too fast so you can actually get 9 people there to get gold rewards and get the boss to show up. Alright, so let me finish this encounter off and I'll show you the next one. That's pretty much the tricks with the slaughter. A little trick here, if you're fighting this in your guild house and these guys spawn up and fight, most of the encounters actually remove these dudes, so you don't have to fight the extra stuff of the zone. But this one doesn't, so if you actually can keep them alive, that keeps the timer from restarting in that set of mobs to fight. Alright, so now you see that we're at 87%, this means it's the last wave. And once they are dead, they despawn and you can get your rewards. So we've got Seals of the Protectors. I got a +2 ring for this. All the rewards for these, you can only get +1 or +2 rings. Really, at this point in time, those are just good to salvage. The Vanishing one's nice. I do like the Invincibility one for tanks. There might be a couple other that are worth saving if you're hard up for rings, but otherwise there's lots better rings in the game to have now. You can see we got the Icors and the Forenzas, and that's what you're going to need for your campaign here in the Underdark. So these fill this thing up, then you can start working on stronghold supplies, you can get your other keys. There's other things you can do once you have these, so once you're actually maxed out, make sure you're spending them, make sure you get your keys, make sure you're doing stuff for your guild, and that way you're not wasting opportunity by doing these. Alright, which one's up next? We have Demon Escape. Let's go bust out this one. So this particular one, as you see here on the map, is, what, 15 minutes I think is where it starts at. So it's up for 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes there for people to get there and engage. And the idea of this one, I'm going to tell you before I actually engage it, is there's a portal in the center, and all these demons are trying to get to it. As they get to that, once they hit the portal, they'll disappear, and then they count towards the encounter, failing the encounter, basically. So this one's really good to solo for ranged characters, if you have ranged characters, or if you have companions that can run off and intercept them. The idea is to stop everything from coming into the middle, but you also don't want to drag monsters through the middle, because that's going to count against you. The only place this really seems to be played out is in Icewind Dale. Usually there's a lot of people really trying to get those Icewind Dale ingredients, so this one is actually done. I suggest most of the time you don't actually do this, you intentionally fail it, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But if you want to do it legit style, here's the portal in the middle, and you're going to try to block these things. And now this character is a bit of a difficult one because I have melee. So all of these little guys are going to be walking straight towards it, but once you aggro them, see now they're mad at me, they'll stop walking in. So the goal is to kind of come in here and make each of them mad without dragging the guys from the side in. And then your last problem is these enraged Barluguras. They will not stop. You can't aggro those out of them. So you're going to try to knock those away while still fighting your other guys that are coming in here. So if you're soloing this, it's not too bad if you have ranged stuff, because you can kind of make them mad and then just let them sit there and throw their spears at you. But anytime they get to the middle, they're going to fill up that bar you see over on the right. And frankly, this thing's a pain. So even if you do a great job, you got to keep people out of here for like 6 minutes. What, 5 minutes? 6 minutes? However, if you just go and activate this but intentionally fail, then it's over in 30 seconds, and you can get back to the SL or the CLs. So that's where what I'm going to do now here is I'm not going to wait through another 4 minutes of doing this. I'm going to actually just let them go into the portal. So you saw one of the small guys, the cultists, go in there, and now that red bar is starting to go up. When that fills, enough demons have gotten there, and they're going to you're going to fail the encounter. So enough demons are able to make it to the portal. With these demon encounters, you'll have one of the heroes of Icewind Dale spawn with them, and it seems to be random on whether Drizzt there, or you have Brunor or Regis. It's kind of Breeze, one of them too, but she does not do the encounters. Alright, so like, there's this right here. I can smack him, make him good and mad. He's going to try to chase me down, and if he'll see how he ran over there? And then he hit the portal and he disappeared. So you can grab these mobs and drag them through. So on higher level stuff, you'll have different mobs appear, and they will chase you instead of standing still. You want to make sure that if you do aggro those, you don't go through that portal, because they will chase you and you'll speed up failing it. So if you're working on this with multiple people, everybody should just kind of take a side and work on that side, so you don't risk pulling mobs to the middle and accidentally failing this thing. So between my companion and Grizz here, we are doing a good job of actually not failing this. So these little NPC encounters will actually fight these guys. Here we go. Now I can get them entertained on the bigger mobs, so they don't bother me with the other guys. Let those get in there. There we go. So the big enraged guy counts for a little bit more. I don't know if you saw that over my shoulder. Kind of in a mess now. There we go. I got some people to flee. So now I failed the encounter. Big old Balord comes in there. And I will look, depending on where you're at, look for either the SL or the CL now popping back up. Alright, so Closure has popped up. Let me run over there and I will go through the final demon one here for you. So the last and final demon encounter you're going to deal with is the Closure one, or CL. In this particular one, you're going to try to protect the Harper there in the center from the demons so they can use their magic to close the rift. So unlike the other encounters that you're going to run into, this encounter you don't actually have to kill anything, and you really shouldn't kill everything, because it will make it a lot easier to complete this particular encounter. So to activate it, go ahead and attack something, and then you'll actually start your timer. You'll start the encounter so you can get these down here. Because what you're going to want to do is aggro everything onto you, then pull it off of the Harper. Just like the other encounters, there is going to be an enraged Bulgira, and that one you will have to actually kill, because you cannot dissuade them. You can't use your taunts and that kind of stuff to pull that one off. Other than that, these other mobs do not need to be killed, because you can just kind of hold them here like I am and let the Harper work on the rift. So as you see, this is actually pretty easy. Now you just hang back and wait for the next one. About every 30 seconds one will pop out. Go ahead and kill them and then move away so the Harper can get back to work. Make sure that the little pillar of light there is on. That means that the rift is being repaired, and your blue bar over to the right is going to continue to increase while that is happening. So it's real important to make sure you fight all these mobs off to the side and make sure that the Harper has a chance to be uninterrupted or interrupted as little as possible. So make sure that you turn the mobs away, like the Bulgira does the sonic attack that can stretch across and knock them down. The other demons have some explosives, some fireballs. You want to make sure that area of effect attack is not hitting that Harper, so the Harper can be working on that rift, and if you keep them from being hit, they can actually get this encounter done in just a couple minutes. So this is the one that lasts the longest. Oh, you can see like the white bar is not shooting up into the air here, so let's figure out what's going on. Looks like we have a shadow demon still attacking the Harper. They usually all come into a group, but sometimes apparently they get stuck. So anyway, you want to make sure that that bar is up and going, so the blue bar continues to build so you can repair this rift here. Keep in mind where the area of effects are attacking and where the other mobs are fighting. Even if you have a ton of people here, a lot of times everybody seems to drag stuff to the center and fight stuff right in the very middle, so they're always fighting they're always hitting the Harper, which turns this encounter into an 8 or 10 minute long encounter to do, when you can easily get this done in like 3 minutes, maybe tops. So if you're pulling stuff, if you have the ability to pull mobs away, or if they're focusing on you, make sure you're not near the Harper or in a line so the Harper's also getting hit with the attacks on you. That is the biggest pet peeve that I have for these things, which makes it take far longer, and there's really no reason for it. If you just use a little bit of tactics, you can fix this and how it functions, and then you can just burn through these, get your encounters done, get your campaign pieces, and make this nice and easy. Anyway, there's some pet peeves with the demon portals. There's how you can fight them solo. There's some tips and tricks, some do's and don'ts with them. And I hope this helps you guys get these done quicker, faster, more efficiently. And hopefully this information can disseminate out and we can see these encounters happening a lot quicker. We can see people turning off the demon escapes. Like if you're not doing the demon escape, but it's up in your zone, do everybody a favor. Go over there. Activate it so it starts ticking down and demons start escaping, but don't actually do it, and then that'll kill that encounter. Another one will pop up for everybody else. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please follow me, subscribe, become a patron. I really appreciate that support. That's the most important support that helps me get these things going. So good luck on those demon encounters, and until next time, play smarter, not harder.